Hello friends, welcome to Abhinav Goswami Law Classes. So friends, in this video, we are going to understand section 28 of Indian Evidence Act. So friends, as far as section 28 is concerned, it is related to section 24 of Indian Evidence Act, which we have already covered. So friends, what did section 24 provide for? Section 24 said that if a particular confession in criminal cases, if a particular confession has been caused by inducement, threat, or promise in relation to the case against the accused person by a person in authority, then such confession is not admissible. Okay, so as far as the confession caused by threat, inducement, threat, or promise were concerned, they were removed by section 24. But as far as section 28 is concerned, it is not an exception to section 24. That is a binding rule. But section 28 is providing that when section 24 will cease to apply, when will it end? Okay, so friends, for understanding that, please open your BR Act, open section 28. Confession made after removal of impression caused by inducement, threat, or promise relevant. If such a confession as is referred to in section 24 is made after the impression caused by any such inducement, threat, or promise has, in the opinion of the court, been fully removed, it is relevant. Okay, so friends, when section 24 said that when a particular confession is caused by inducement, threat, or promise, that we understood. Okay, a good rule. But when will that inducement, threat, or promise end? When will the influence? Okay, these inducement, threat, or promise, they create an influence over the person who is making a confession. But that influence is not permanent, right? It is subjective. It will end someday as soon as that person is no longer in authority, or the inducement that was given is no longer relevant, or threat that was given that has already been reported. So there may be many reasons for cessation of these inducement, threat, or promise. So as far as section 28 is saying, section 28 simply providing that once such inducement, threat, or promise that was given under section 24 has ceased to operate, has no influence on the accused person, then the statements that are made by accused person after cessation of this influence of inducement, threat, of promise, they become relevant because they are not suffering from it, right? The influence of inducement, threat, or promise has already ceased. So whatever statements are made after the cessation of these influences will be admissible in a court of law and are relevant. Okay, so section 28 is providing for those cases where the influence of inducement, threat, or promise has ceased, and there may be variety of reasons for because of which this inducement, threat, or promise may cease to operate as far as the accused person is concerned. Okay, so a very simple section, nothing much to talk about. So friends, I will close this video. I hope you understood section 28. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and connect with me on Telegram. The description in the link to the video is the link to my Telegram group is in description to the video. Until then, friends, be safe, be happy. Bye bye.